We've all seen how well Marc Gasol has fit in on the floor with his abilities to run the offense, protect the rim. You've often said you're with teammates more than you're with your family during a season. How has he fit in that regard with a new group since February?
Marc's pretty easy to get along with. He's like one of those guys that's just a true professional. He goes about his business. He's, he likes to, he does his thing and gets in, get out. He blends in well. He fits in well. He's just an easygoing guy, so it's a lot easier. It's really easy to, have a conversation with him and talk to him, and he just gets on the plane and watches his film and talks about boating and does his thing.
Would that be one of the more unique things about this group of all you've been with around the Raptors? Is this team seems to be very even-keeled and never too high or too low.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that, it's a team that, everyone's just kind of staying the same way. And we've been preaching it all year. So it kind of just became contagious, and everyone just kind of, most guys' personalities are to be, even-keeled off the court. On the court, we got some fiery guys, but off the floor, we got some, grown men, people with families and kids, and they understand that their profession is their lives, and that's what they do. They take care of their families, their friends, their bodies, and they're professionals.
Thanks.
No problem.
Second row on your right.
Hey, Kyle. Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press Democrat. I don't think McCaw played at all in the Milwaukee series. How confident were you that he could come into the finals cold like that and perform? And how do you think he did in Game 1 in his minutes?
Pat's a champion. Pat's a champion. And I knew, he would be able to step up to any task that he had at hand. He didn't play the Milwaukee game. He wasn't around for personal reasons. But, he's back, and I would never doubt a moment of him stepping on that floor. I knew he would go out there and do his job and play hard, and made a huge three for us. And, like I said, he gave an opportunity to play, and, he's going to help us always.
Any other questions for Kyle? Over on the right side.
Hey, Dan Feldman, NBC Sports. Given that there are so many players on this roster who are relatively new to it, was there ever a point you were concerned about developing the chemistry you guys need together quickly enough to win like you have this season?
No.
Why not?
We got some professionals on our team that they know their jobs, and they want to be professional, and they are professional. So, it's about doing the job and, being able to just adapt on the fly.
Mark on the right side.
Kyle, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. One of the things that really stands out about the team you're playing is their overwhelming confidence. Some would call it arrogance. I wonder how you guys look at them when they're down a game in the series, you beat them on your home floor, and they act like the series is even or they're ahead. How do you put a dent in that kind of confidence, and do you have to kind of match that confidence to beat them in the series?
They got rings. They got rings, and they can be confident. We can't really necessarily worry about them. We have to continue to worry about us. They're going to be them, and they're going to do their thing. But for us, we got to concentrate on us and focus on what we have to do. We can't worry about this, that. We go out there and we do our game plan, and we focus on what we can control, and that's what we've done all year. We haven't worried about this, that, and the other. In the sense of we go out there and we control what we can control on our end. And play against the team that we're going to play against, but we have to do our job.
Over here on the left.
Alan Man, Yahoo Sports. You've been part of all these Raptor playoff runs throughout your career, but did yesterday's or Game 1's crowd feel any different? Do you see any difference?
Yeah, it was definitely a difference. It was Game 1 of the finals. They were unbelievable. They were electric.
How does that impact you, like on the court, or I guess?
We need our fans. We love them to be there, and we want them to be loud, and we want them to be just supporting us. And we're happy that they're there. We still go out there. We still have to go out there and put the ball in the hole and play defense. But yeah, we loved it.
Michael sitting on the aisle here.
Michael Lee with The Athletic. Kyle, I just wanted to get your thoughts when you first were traded here, and just how the perception maybe from your peers of Toronto has changed, and just the Raptors organization has changed through your time here and now that you're in the finals, if you think guys view this franchise differently.
When I first got traded here, I didn't really know what to expect, and I thought it would be be here a couple years and be out here. But the organization is unbelievable. You know, the ownership is unbelievable. You know, management has been great. You know, we've had great people who come through here, players, coaches, and just kind of grown for me. I've been here now 7 years. My kids are in school here, so it's kind of, you know, it's a situation where I've been home. You know, it's kind of, I call it home because I'm here 9, 10 months out of the year. So just the perception. People don't know, you know, once you get here, is actually more than just downtown. So, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be able to experience that, you know, the suburban life, the outside of downtown life. It's a pretty great place to be.
Daniel Zakshevsky, TSN. After the win in Game 1, Raptors fans were climbing cranes, singing through the streets, chanting. Is there any message that you'd have for the fans going into Game 2 so they can keep that same energy?
Keep the same energy. We appreciate it.
Next question over here on the left on 4.
Hey, Kyle, Eric Corrine, The Athletic. Nick was in here a bit earlier saying the Warriors had used a few schemes, and a switch, then a late blitz that he hadn't necessarily seen before on Kawhi. First, how often do you see a type of defense that you really haven't seen before? And two, how do you guys think in general you handled their sort of traps on Kawhi?
You know, I think the way they're built, they have some guys that can, you know, play. They're long, they got length, they know how to play. They've been playing together a long time. So on defense, they kind of do their thing, and that works for them. And for us, I think we handled it pretty well. I think we were patient. I think Kawhi did a good job of kind of, you know, baiting them out a little bit and, you know, getting passes off and letting us play, you know, 4-on-3 and kind of just going out there. But, you know, I think we handled it well. I think, you know, we'll continue to adjust. You know, there's adjustments that will be made. So, you know, we have to make adjustments. They'll make adjustments, and, you know, Game 2 will be a different game.
Gary on the right side.
Gary Walsh from Boston Globe. Kyle, you mentioned earlier about everybody being even keel, and Kawhi's kind of the leader of that. He never gets too high, never gets too low. Has that rubbed off on his teammates this year? Just his kind of calm demeanor at all times?
Yeah. I'd be lying to you if I said it didn't. It's kind of, well, and also Mark and Danny, you know, it's kind of one thing. And Nick. Nick has been, you know, I think Nick honestly yelled at us twice the whole year. I'm being honest, like legit twice the whole year. And it's a long season, only yell at a team twice. And I think that's just, you know, Nick and, you know, Kawhi and Mark and Danny, you know, kind of just everyone's just kind of, you know, going out there and staying even killed. And like I said, we got real professionals, man. We got some great guys in that locker room, and it all just rubs together. And everyone has their own personalities, but, you know, we figured a way out to just, you know, all understand what the common goal was.
Has there ever been a time where you've tried to embrace Kawhi or been more excited than him, and he's looked at you like, calm down?
I ain't that guy. So nah.
Joe in the back under the camera.
Joe Varden from The Athletic. Kyle, we know that you're playing with a sore left hand, but the other night you took that big charge, and I'm just wondering when you're playing like that, if it runs through your mind when you're about to take a charge that this is really going to hurt.
No, it doesn't. It don't run through my mind. You pay for it later. At the moment, as long as you win the game, it's all worth it, man. Whatever you got to take to win the basketball games, your body, just throw it out there, and whatever happens, happens. Hopefully you just don't get hurt. You can get up and bounce back and, you know, and go move on.
Any other questions? Last question on the back right.
Chris Herring from ESPN and 538. I'm curious, it'd be kind of a weird question, but just ever since Kawhi's shot against Philly, I feel like fans and media, everybody, I'm sure you guys too, kind of notice these shots that bounce on the rim for 3 and 4 seconds at a time. We all kind of probably feel the same thing, but what is that like as a player when you're watching a shot kind of teeter on the rim like that?
How many shots you counting? Because I've only counted one that bounced 3 or 4 seconds. So
well, maybe not 4 seconds, but Pascal had a shot like that in Game 1. Fred obviously hit one right at the end that kind of bounced that way. What goes through your mind as you see that, and do you kind of feel like that those things balance out, or do you kind of feel like you guys are just kind of on a wave right now where things are falling your way?
What goes through my mind?
Yes.
Those rims are really soft. That's what goes through my mind. And as long as they go, and I don't care how they go, happy about it. 2 points, 3 points, whatever.
Is it a love-hate relationship that players have with rims, the ups and downs that you have with your streaks and stuff like that?
I love all rims. Thank you.
Thank you.